Here we are, inside the SpaceX machine shop. When Elon Musk founded SpaceX in 2002, he had almost nothing. No rockets, no massive factory, no fame, just an empty floor, some carpet, and, as Elon once joked, a mariachi band. That's all of SpaceX. But what he did have was more powerful than money, a dream that knew no bounds. The sky wasn't the limit for him. His mission was to send people to Mars. And on April 20th, 2023, humanity took one step closer to that dream. When the world's largest rocket, Starship, attempted to reach orbit for the very first time. The launch didn't go perfectly. Starship exploded before reaching space. But for Elon, failure isn't defeat, it's data. It's how he learns, it's how he builds. And that's the story of his life, failing forward until success becomes inevitable. Elon Musk was born in 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa. From childhood, he was different, quiet, curious, lost in his imagination. While other kids played outside, Elon was reading books, tons of them. By the time he was 9, he had finished reading the entire Encyclopedia Britannica. He loved science fiction and dreamed of space and other worlds. When he was just 12, he coded his first video game called Blaster and sold it for $500. That's how his journey as an inventor began. But his childhood was far from easy. He was bullied badly at school, once beaten unconscious and left with a broken nose. At home, things were worse. His father, Elon Musk, was a man Elon later described as a master of evil. So, to escape the pain, young Elon buried himself in coding and science. At 17, Elon left South Africa, all alone, with 2 suitcases and a burning desire to do something great. He moved to Canada, attended Queen's University, and later transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the US. He earned degrees in physics and economics, because he believed both science and business could change the world. He wasn't chasing grades, he was chasing purpose. After college, he enrolled in a PhD program at Stanford, but dropped out after just 2 days. Because the internet boom had just begun, and Elon wanted to be part of it. In 1995, he co-founded his first company, Zip2, a software startup that made city guides for newspapers. When the company was sold, he made his first millions. Then came XCOM, his next big idea, an online bank that eventually became PayPal. When eBay bought PayPal, Elon walked away with $180 million. He could have retired right there, bought an island, lived a luxurious life. But Elon Musk isn't wired for comfort, he's wired for challenge. So instead of spending his money, he risked it all again. He invested $100 million into SpaceX, $70 million into Tesla, and $10 million into Solar City. Every single dollar he had, gone into 3 dreams. People said he was insane, but Elon said, if something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are against you. In 2001, Elon flew to Russia to buy old missiles for a space project. He wanted to send mice to Mars to inspire people about space travel. But the Russians mocked him and said, young boy, no. On the flight back, Elon opened his laptop and did the math. He realized building his own rocket would be cheaper. And right there, on that flight, SpaceX was born. Starting a rocket company from scratch is almost impossible. But Elon found a brilliant engineer, Tom Mueller, who shared his vision. Together they built the first SpaceX rocket, the Falcon 1. In 2006, they launched it for the first time. It lasted 41 seconds before crashing. The second launch failed too. The third exploded again. By that time, Elon was nearly broke. 3 rockets, 3 failures, and hundreds of millions lost. Most people would have quit. But Elon didn't. He told his team, for my part, I will never give up. Never. One employee said later, we would have followed him into hell after that speech. Then came the 4th launch. September 28, 2008, Falcon 1 finally reached orbit. SpaceX had done what no private company had ever done before. That success saved the company and attracted NASA's attention. Soon after, SpaceX won a $1.6 billion contract to send cargo to the International Space Station. At the same time, Tesla was on life support. Money was gone. The economy had crashed. Elon even had to borrow money for rent. On Christmas Eve 2008, Tesla received last-minute funding, just enough to survive. That night, Elon said, it was the last hour of the last day it was possible. Both Tesla and SpaceX were alive. Barely, but alive. In 2010, Tesla went public at $17 a share. The world mocked electric cars, but Elon ignored the noise. He believed the future must be sustainable, powered by clean energy. In 2012, Tesla released the Model S, a sleek, powerful car that changed how people saw electric vehicles. It wasn't just good for the planet, it was cool. But the road ahead wasn't smooth. Production delays, factory issues, and endless pressure nearly broke him again. He called it production hell. He worked 120-hour weeks, slept on the factory floor, and refused to go home until Tesla succeeded. He once said, "Whenever my team feels pain, I want mine to be worse." That's the kind of leader he is. In 2018, Tesla launched the Model 3, the affordable electric car for the masses. Elon's dream of sustainable transport was finally real. Tesla didn't just survive, it exploded in growth. By 2020, it became one of the world's most valuable car companies. Meanwhile, SpaceX was doing the impossible again, launching rockets that returned safely to Earth and could be reused. This cut costs by 90% and changed space travel forever. In 2020, SpaceX sent astronauts to the International Space Station. The boy who once dreamed of space had now sent people there. But Elon wasn't done. He started the Boring Company to dig tunnels under cities and fight traffic. He founded Neuralink to connect the human brain with computers. And in 2021, he introduced Optimus, a humanoid robot designed to do everyday tasks. People laughed at first, but Elon said, "One day Optimus will be worth more than the car business." Time will tell, but if history has shown us anything, it's this. When Elon sets his mind on something, he finds a way. And now, the Starship project, a fully reusable rocket designed to take humans to the moon, and one day, Mars. It's the biggest rocket ever built. Each test brings it closer to perfection. Elon once said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." And that's what he's been doing his entire life. Elon Musk's journey is more than a story about rockets, cars, or technology. It's about resilience. It's about a man who faced ridicule, bankruptcy, heartbreak, and failure, and still refused to quit. From a bullied boy in South Africa to one of the most influential men on Earth, his story proves that no dream is too big, and no failure is final. He once said, "I could either watch it happen or be a part of it." And that's exactly what he did. He became the change. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. Because when you look up at the stars, there's a good chance Elon Musk helped someone get there. This was the journey of Alone Musk, a story of belief, pain, persistence, and a man who turned science fiction into reality. A reminder that even when the world doubts you, you must never stop reaching for the stars.